Well, as we've been reporting this morning, Libyan rebels say they now have control of about 80% of the country's capital, but there's still pockets of fierce resistance by forces loyal to Colonel Gaddafi. And there's no sign of the Libyan dictator, although two of his sons are in custody. Our Europe correspondent Philip Williams has this report.
It all happened so fast. Even though the fighting wasn't over, the celebrations were enough to entice world leaders to look to a future without Colonel Gaddafi.
There will undoubtedly be difficult days ahead. No transition is ever smooth or easy. But today, the Arab Spring is a step further away from oppression and dictatorship and a step closer to freedom and democracy. And the Libyan people are closer to their dream of a better future, free from the terror of Gaddafi.
The challenge is to ensure the lessons of Baghdad have been learnt, where the war was won but the peace horribly mismanaged. The interim government in Libya says it has a plan.
The NTC has it within its power to show the West, including showing members of ambivalent tribes, that it is genuinely going to rule in line with its professed liberal values. If it does that early on and persuades people, I think they have excellent chances of avoiding what occurred in Iraq.
NATO planes and helicopters played a crucial part in the rebel victories. Most concede they couldn't have taken the towns and cities without vital outside air support.
We thank NATO, which done a marvellous job, because without their work, without destroying the heavy machine of Gaddafi, we can't reach to this point.
NATO was operating under a UN resolution, and while not all in the Security Council were enthusiastic supporters of the intervention, it appears it has done the job.
The Gaddafi regime is clearly crumbling. The sooner Gaddafi realises that he cannot win the battle against his own people, the better, so that the Libyan people can be spared further bloodshed and suffering.
It is crucial now for the conflict to end with no further loss of life and retribution.
The International Criminal Court in The Hague has agreed to wait and see if there are warrants against Gaddafi. His son and his intelligence chief will be executed by the interim government.
We agree today priority is to stabilize Tripoli, control the situation, provide security for all the people in Libya. That's the priority. Then we have time to discuss the legal aspect.
Despite this looking like the end game so many have been hoping for, it comes after nearly 42 years of brutal dictatorship. In recent years, Western governments have accommodated a man blamed for the Lockerbie bombing. Now they've assisted in the destruction of his regime. And the question, what next? Philip Williams, ABC News, London.